Welcome to Grid by Example, a guide to modern grid layouts. In this audio presentation, we'll explore the world of CSS grid layout through practical examples and insights provided by Grid by Example. Let's dive into some of the key examples on the website, each of which demonstrates the advantages, applications, and core concepts of CSS grid layout. Example 1. Defining a grid. To define a grid, we use the new values of the display property grid or inline grid. This fundamental step allows us to create column and row tracks. Defining grids is essential for crafting organized and responsive layouts that adapt seamlessly to various screen sizes. Example 2. Line-based placement. With line-based placement, we gain precise control over item positioning within a grid using line numbers. This technique is ideal for aligning and placing elements precisely within a grid, such as navigation menus or image galleries. Example 3. Line-based placement shorthand, grid row, and grid column. Shorthand properties like grid row and grid column simplify item placement within a grid. They streamline the process, particularly when dealing with numerous grid items, reducing code verbosity. Example 4. Line-based placement shorthand, grid area. Similarly, we can use shorthand properties like grid area to position items efficiently within a grid. This is particularly useful when working with multiple items, improving code readability. Example 5. Line-based placement spanning tracks. Spanning tracks allow items to occupy multiple grid tracks, enabling creative and flexible layouts. This technique is handy when you want elements to span across multiple columns or rows, like full-width header banners. Example 6. Line-based placement spanning tracks with the spanned keyword. The span keyword simplifies spanning tracks without specifying start and end lines explicitly. It's a time-saving shorthand, perfect for designs where items need to span a variable number of grid tracks. Example 7. Line-based placement named lines. Naming lines offers a more semantic approach to grid layouts, making your code easier to understand and maintain. This is especially beneficial when creating grids with clear, named areas like header, main content, and footer. Example 8. Line-based placement named lines with spans. Combining named lines with the span keyword provides advanced control over item placement and span within the grid. This approach is effective for designing intricate grid layouts with named areas and flexible spanning. Grid by Example's comprehensive collection of examples and detailed explanations empowers designers and developers to master CSS grid layout.